Hi there, my fellow CISSP aspirants. Welcome back to the TOTD number 114 as part of CISSP Success Toolkit. I would like to give you a little intro to CISSP Success Toolkit, what actually it is, right? It is one of the best program to pass the entire CISSP because CISSP is about a lot of content and you don't know, right, what to read, how much to read, because it is a well known phrase which says that CISSP is 1 inch deeper and a mile wide, and that becomes a challenge for somebody who is not taking the proper mentoring, because you already, if you are taking a mentoring from somebody who is already done this, who is already training it, it helps a lot actually in the entire process. In CISSP Success Toolkit, we have daily targets which are broken in very small chunks for you so that you are not overwhelmed. You don't need to think about how I'm going to do the entire course. Entire thing is so well structured on an everyday basis, and then every day you just have to do whatever I say, and on the weekend we practice almost these kind of real questions in the weekend. They may not be 100%. You should not be expecting the same questions to come in the CISSP exam, obviously, but they will definitely prepare you. They are very close with the kind of whatever my experience is there. Based on that, I am creating these questions. With that said, let's go and see Twister for the day 114. Let's see what is in there for us. Again, this question is a healthcare provider is evaluating its compliance with data protection laws. To demonstrate due diligence, what should be the primary focus for the private providers compliance program? If you remember, yesterday we had a question on due care. Now today I brought up a question on due diligence for you. So feel free to pause this video, take a minute to answer this particular question, and I will start in the next 5 seconds to answer this question. Okay, so let's start. Yesterday we have discussed, right, what is the difference between due care and due diligence. If you have not seen that particular video, I recommend you go ahead, see the TOTD, the previous one 113. You will get it. Actually, just to summarize for you, due care is the expectation from the external perspective that you are taking care of your information and systems. Along with that, if you are dealing with citizen data, you are dealing with client data as well, you are taking care of that. You have reasonable or prudent level of security which is kind of implemented. Due diligence talks about more of the back end process, which actually keep on happening. And on those lines, I'm going to give you another concept also, which is very much linked with it. For example, there is an audit which is happening, and in that particular audit, the auditor come and ask and check your, let's say, statement of applicability document and validate that. If okay, you are saying encryption is implemented, then he will validate, okay, yes, encryption is implemented or not implemented, right? So just control validation, right? That is coming as control validation, that is called as validation. But having just controls, you have a good firewall, you have a DLP, but actually you are not optimizing the policies, you are not working on the false positive also, it doesn't help, right? So you need to also make sure there is an element of continuous gap assessment, and new threats coming up, you have to be aware of that, and accordingly you are updating your firewall policy, your DLP policy, and so on. That is what is due care, right? And end of the day, when an auditor comes in, he just not only checks that you have these controls in there, and just check mark it and goes away, right? They're also doing operational effectiveness as well. They may ask you to take certain change management tickets or change request tickets, and based on that they will validate, they will take a sample and they will validate you. Why for that activity? That activity is that apart from having the due care, are you exercising proper due diligence as well? So operational effectiveness is directly tied up with due diligence as well. I hope this particular concept is now clear to you. Let's now review these particular options. Sorry. Option number A says ensuring all security measures are documented and auditable. Right? I would very much say that it is very much relevant, because if you are doing due diligence and you are not able to demonstrate it at the end of the year, it's not going to fetch you anything, right? Because end of the day, auditor will be asking you, okay, what steps you have, what minutes of meeting you have, right, to demonstrate that you are exercising due diligence. So very much relevant. But as the question is asking for primary focus, we will also see if there is even more elementary step before this, right? Maintaining, option number B, maintaining that all patient data is encrypted both at rest and in transit. Can you guess what kind of control it is? Where you will put it? Would you put it in due care, or you are going to put it in due diligence? Obviously, encryption is something as a mandatory control. It has to be implemented when you are thinking about data security, based on the priority of the data, based on the sensitivity of the data, and this is part of due care. But the question is asking us how you are going to demonstrate your due diligence. Just having encryption and not keeping those logs, not keeping a record on how many systems have disk level encryption is not going to help you, right? So that is why option 1B, I will put it back. I don't think is the right option. Then option number C, regularly reviewing access controls to patient data. Now, review, as and when you see the word review, obviously it is part of your due diligence. Always keep that tag with you. Okay. Now, regularly reviewing access control to patient data, I think yes, you need to review, but you need to also demonstrate this to the auditor as well, end of the day, right? It's not talking anywhere documenting and keeping those things, and only, also it is only pertinent to only access control. Access control is not the only one category of controls you need to put. So that is why even this option we will try to put it back, because this is not meeting the entire holistic perspective, so we'll keep it back. Option number D, conducting a thorough investigation of an reported security incident. Very much, as part of due care, you are supposed to have an incident response plan. You will see this particular control and recommendation from many frameworks as well. For example, in PCI DSS, in ISMS, and all of that. Every framework is pushing you towards having a incident response plan. And investigation, obviously, if a particular incident is turn out to be a crime, or that need to be further investigated, you need to have an incident investigation as well. That is expected from you. But will it demonstrate your due diligence, that you are exercising the due diligence? May not be, because they are not talking about that you follow these kind of investigation based on a ticketing tool, document it, and those kind of stuff. So that is why, because the question is asking you for primary, coming back on the keyword, you need to be extremely mindful of these kind of keywords in your CISSP exam. So primary means the first, what is that elementary thing which you will do. In all other process, obviously you will keep documentation, but as a holistic part, option A says ensuring all security measures, not only one measure, all security measures are documented and auditable. That means you are demonstrating your due diligence to the entire security. I hope this question helps you to have the right mindset from a CISSP perspective, and this particular series might be helping you. That is what I believe. I am trying to do my best. Guys, feel free to put in your comments, so that anywhere you are kind of struggling, I can go through that. You can also contact me. I can help you, have the right mindset for your CISSP exam. With that said, uh, follow my channel and please subscribe to us as well if you find it meaningful, because there's a lot many people who don't know us, but yes, we are doing a great job. I myself has endorsed more than 106 CISSPs by now, right? So you can think of. Okay, with that said, thanks, and we will meet tomorrow.